Hey guys, how's it going today? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Universim. I know this video is coming out a little bit late, and I apologize for that. Also, if I seem a little bit energetic, it might be due to the fact that I'm on my second energy drink of the day. So my apologies, but I really needed it today. And honestly, I probably would have needed it last night if I actually recorded something, because I was extremely exhausted last night. But and that's the reason this video is coming out so late, and I apologize. All right, so this episode, what are we planning on doing? We are going to be basically just expanding. We have a lot of the foundations set for our civilization to be successful. We've got a couple of issues as far as population, and hopefully we can address that today and expand our population as much as we possibly can. Honestly, it seems kind of like it's doing it on its own, but if we need to use Le Cupidon a lot, that is fine. The other thing is too, guys, I understand that you're trying to help me in the comments, and I appreciate it. I really do. But you gotta understand, I've got plenty of years of experience in this game. I do know what I'm doing. Now, if you guys don't notice me doing something in a video, it could be due to me just cutting out that section, because that happens quite a lot, especially when I'm using Le Cupidon. I do not show you guys as how much I use Le Cupidon. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're putting a comment down. All right. The other thing is too yeah, that's actually basically all I actually had to say. So for instance, I know very much that you can use Le Cupidon on already married couples. To me, the reason I don't do that is because it actually doesn't do much. Married couples already have a place in a residential household, so there's not really much to do about that. And also, they actually have an increased chance of making a baby already because of them already being married. And the other thing is that an unmarried couple has 0 chances of making a baby, so you are much better off making new couples than using pre-existing couples. So that's kind of that. And that's the reason why I focus on unmarried couples. And I hope that makes a lot more sense to those of you that are suggesting that I use it on married couples. Other than that, there's not too much to address as far as comments go. Yeah, I don't think so, at least. I did get a comment the other day about what is my favorite game, and that is a really tough question for me, because I play a variety of games. I am probably the most diverse person when it comes to games. And also I like a lot of the games that I play. There's really no game that I play that I'm like, this is boring. Like, it just doesn't happen for me. It's also another reason why I don't really want to review games either, because honestly, I feel like I'm not very good at judging what a game is bad and when a game is not bad. So that is that reason. Now, when it comes to city builders, I think I'm pretty good at that, because of the amount of city builders I play. So in that sense, I think I could grade city builders. But then again though, I would have to like take a step back and kind of look at it from a different point of view. Because for instance, I don't think that I would personally give the Universim that high of a grade, although I enjoy it thoroughly. It's fantastic in my opinion, but compared to like other city builders, like for instance City Skylines, which is by far one of the most praised city builders in the universe, I don't really think that I would give it nearly as high of a grade that I would give City Skylines for that reason. Because City Skylines goes into the nitty-gritty of managing a city. This kind of more on the lines of just kind of skims the surface, I'd say, more on the lines. But We'll kind of see. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of where I stand on that, and why I can't really tell somebody what my favorite game is, because it just swings. It also, that's the other thing too, is like depending on my mood. Sometimes, for instance, I could spend 3 hours in the training room of Rocket League. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, 1/3 or probably closer to 2/3 of my time in Rocket League, which is I think my most played game on Steam currently, is probably spent in the training room. So I could spend a ton of time just not doing much in a game. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm kind of saying, I guess. I have a lot of free time. I guess that's really what I'm also saying. But a lot of that free time is going to be going away soon, because I did get a job, so that's exciting. But I'm not going to talk too much about that. Alright, so we're still waiting on these steel mills, so we need the steel up. And I don't think there's too much left. We still need electronics up. We're not producing plastics yet. I don't even think we have plastics unlocked. Yeah, we don't. So that's fine. And not really in our control yet. Then the other thing... Let's see. What's going on for the election? We got food for all, right to arms, vaccination. Okay, vaccination's fine. Yeah. Alright, our volcano is becoming a little bit more active too. I'm feeling like it's going to erupt pretty soon. So I guess we'll just keep an eye on that. I mean, it's pretty active. It's gonna blow pretty soon, I think. Right? Maybe not. Okay, it got peaceful once again, so we're fine. Alright, that's good. Alright, so food is looking really good. Steel mill. Oh, shoot. Yep, it popped now. Wow. And, of course, it hit something. Alright, we'll go and rebuild that. And did it hit anything over here? Not that I see. I'm pretty sure the one that landed over here landed in the water, so that's fine. I think the one that landed over here just barely dodged some buildings. So that's good. Oh, and of course this is now spreading. It's on fire. Let's go and put that out. Go and rebuild. Oh, maybe that is actually the one that it hit. Okay, so it hit this one, and then it also hit this one, maybe? Possibly? I'm not entirely certain. Alright, so for these steel mills, we need gas and iron. Iron is not... It's actually a little bit lower than I thought it would be. So we might have to increase that. We also need some more educated workers too. So let's see here. We need 42 required educated nuggets. So we are a little bit low on education. But I'm also feeling that that could also be due to the fact that we have 87 unemployed nuggets. And that's pretty low. So I think maybe just using Le Cupidon would solve that issue. Alright, so we also need some garages. So we've got a lot of oil, so I'm not too worried about the amount of garages we place. And we can place these anywhere. There is absolutely no need to place these in a specific spot. So, for that reason, I am just going to flood this area with these And we also don't even have to place them on roads either. So I'm not going to worry too much about that either. Okay, so that's going to be, I think that's going to be 200 cars, because I believe they're 50 each at first. And then they go up to 100. Could be wrong. In fact, I might be certain that I'm wrong. I'm not entirely certain. We'll figure it out. I can never remember how much the garages actually provide. Okay, the good news is we do have a couple of workers at the steel mill. One issue is that they don't have any materials. Hopefully these guys are providing materials right now. Okay, it looks like it. Not entirely certain why couriers aren't helping out over here. Considering we have a ton of couriers. I'm actually curious, how many couriers do we have? So if we go to... We also have a lot of cooks. Oh, geez. We have a ton of cooks. Okay, so couriers. From page 12. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so from 12 to 21. Yeah, that's 9 pages of couriers. That's quite a lot. Honestly, we're probably never going to need any more couriers in our lifetime. That is plenty. So, I am not planning on making any more courier huts. All right, perfect. We've got a lot of gas in this area, so we'll go ahead and put a gas mine over here. And I'm also going to see about putting a steel mill, or sorry, not a steel mill, a iron mine here, just to see if there's anything good in this area. It does not look like it, so that is fine. This area is really good. We might try to build a bridge over that way at some point, but that's fine. Honestly, it's not that big of an issue. All right, just so that way you guys know sort of the amount of materials we are producing currently to kind of meet all of the requirements we have currently, I am going to show you guys all of the resources we are producing per minute, and hopefully that will help you guys in your own playthroughs too. So for wood, currently we have 24 being produced per minute. And right now there's only 9. Well, I think it's maxing out around 12 consumption per minute. I'm not entirely certain, but for right now it's 9.6 consumption per minute. And then stone we're producing kind of on and off just due to Nuggets fulfilling needs, is 20.6 stone per minute, which is actually a lot more than what I should be doing. So that one you can definitely go a lot less. And then planks we're producing 9.6, and bricks we're producing... Oh shoot, what is getting destroyed? Oh dang, are you kidding me right now? Ah, the freaking volcano. All right, we'll go and rebuild these. That freaking sucks. Dang it. All right. Just trying to help you guys out, and the volcano is actively destroying me. So yeah, bricks we're producing around 19, 17 sort of per minute. Trying to keep it above sort of that 15 per minute threshold. And then herbs, it's not really going to tell us anything, so that's fine. Iron 7.7. This is actually a little bit low, especially when we're getting to steel and we're getting to some other stuff too. But it's actually kind of fine. Get oil, we're producing 7.7. Again, this is a little low, but it's doing us perfectly fine right now. Glass, we're producing 4.3. I think this is pretty reasonable. And but if you do need a ton of construction, I would say going up to 5 or 6, 7, somewhere around there, this is totally fine too. Gas, We are producing 13.7, which is a little bit of an overkill, but we're doing fine. I mean, yeah, it's fine. We could theoretically, in fact, probably if 2 of the gas mines run out, I probably won't remake any, just so that way we're kind of using up our supplies a little bit more. And geez, stuff is actively just getting destroyed all over the place. What is going on over here? Like, actually, what is going on? Guys, can we please just keep these buildings up and maybe try to finish them? That would be nice. I don't know what's going on. That's super weird. I guess I can do this over here, just so that way we can watch them. Cement, we're producing 9.4, which is fine. That's pretty good, I'd say. And then chemicals, we're not producing any. Steel beams, we're producing 2.6. That's going to end up being, I think, about 3.9 once the other one is finished, because I don't think it's finished yet. But let's go have a quick check. Okay, so yeah, it's not currently finished. So, and also when all of these are finished, and also all of the workers are assigned, it's going to be a little bit faster than that. So I'd say keeping steel at probably close to around a 5 per minute is pretty good. Plastic we're not producing yet, and fuel we're not producing yet. So that's kind of where our production marks are currently, and hopefully, I mean, we'll kind of see. Well, when we get closer to the space age, we'll kind of figure out where our ending productions per minute will be, because who really knows where those need to be for supplying enough resources to the moon? I have no clue. So that's also another reason why I'm trying to overproduce too, is just because I really don't know what's around the corner, because I've never gotten to the space age, so, you know, we'll kind of figure it out. That's another reason why I'm trying to make sure our population's nice and healthy, and I'm trying to make sure that the foundation on this planet, on Mother Planet, is as good as possible, because I don't want any sort of effects from Mother Planet affecting what happens on the moon as well, because we are not able to supply the moon enough resources. Alright, so we finally have vehicles. These are the medieval vehicles, which, you know, in the modern age is a little bit late, but it's okay. I mean, we'll finally speed up transportation, which is something we've definitely needed. Okay, so yeah, how many vehicles do these things each give? Production is 100. Okay, but there's only 200 vehicles? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, a powerful nugget is requesting guidance for the next business venture. Their family made a fortune from their hand shoes invention an era or so ago, so they certainly have the capital to get things off the ground. They intend to enter the fast food industry, which has become a big hit due to the busy lives of modern nuggets, but make it a little more appealing by calling it artisanal fast food. However, they do not know if they should create healthier food and drink, which is harder to produce, or fill nuggets up with empty, fatty calories. I stand strongly with Go Healthy, because let's face it, we don't want to have some issues that in real life happen. So let's go healthy. The lives of my nuggets are more important. And nuggets consume 50% more food and water. Nuggets live 10 years longer. Fantastic. So, you know, honestly as well, we can totally afford that right now. We've got a ton of food. And if we actually look at some of these eateries, I doubt any of these would have full eating spots. So we are doing fantastic on eateries and food, and definitely overkilled that one, which, you know, isn't a bad one to overkill on. So that's good. What? We're approaching fire. Oh, geez, what is going on, guys? Why... Is this actually protected right now? Oh, it is. Okay, that's good, at least. So yeah, our atmosphere definitely not doing the best. So I'm gonna start working on some trees, and hopefully we can kind of solve those problems. So also the other thing is too is when you're trying to make permanent trees that last forever, it's a pretty good idea to try to make them on the other side of the planet, because otherwise your nuggets are just going to go and chop them all down, and then you're going to be right off where you started. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is I'm just kind of choosing this area that's nice and open, that is somewhat a decent distance away from my nuggets, where they really have to go out of their way to chop them down. It would be much easier to chop these trees down, so that's kind of what my reasoning is there. So the next thing is that I had a question about how do I place my housing as neat as I possibly can. And I'll be honest, I actually don't entirely enjoy some of the placements that I've done in this game. I mean, most of them are pretty good, like especially these farms are here. And then also, I think the wind turbines are pretty good too. Yeah, the wind turbines are pretty nice and neat. Actually, this whole area is really nice and neat. And the way that I do that is I basically make mass production whenever I'm producing one of things that I know I'm going to need more of. And you can just do that by holding shift and then clicking and, you know, just kind of clicking all over the place and trying to make them nice and neat. When you do that, it keeps the building's orientation and all that, so you can pretty easily align it. There are a few tricky things, especially wind turbines. They are, for some reason, really misleading on how they are when you're building them. So for instance, this one is not aligned at all with this one. And then I try to just keep these aligned with this one. That's really all there is to it. It's not something that's like super important either. I suppose if like space really becomes an issue, then placing buildings as square as possible is pretty good, but it's not like at least most of the time it's not going to be a crucial or critical part of the game. All right, so we are over consuming oil. That's great. Let's go ahead and get some more oil jacks. All right, so this is a pretty good spot for an oil jack. So let's go ahead and place one there. And the other thing is too, is I try as hard as possible to place oil jacks within the city, because this oil is particularly difficult to get to because of there already being all these houses and stuff. I think this is sort of more my feeling. I don't really know this entirely if this is true, but I think it's okay to place these on roads, and then when they are gone, you know, the roads will be rebuilt. I'm not entirely certain if that's true. I'm pretty certain it is. So I am going to kind of place these wherever they fit. And if it does destroy a road, then tough luck. But, you know, it's not going to be a permanent thing. So, and we also need this oil. So. Alright, so we've got a lot of stuff finished up as far as research goes. I'm just going to go ahead and do some of these that require discovery points that we kind of missed earlier due to not really necessarily needing them. And then I'd say we can go ahead and continue on up here. Medical ethics is really good, so we're going to go for that. And then I'm also going for oil refinement, just so that way we can start stocking up on some fuel. And we'll also get motorization too. That one's really good for fishing piers. And this lake is not doing hot. So I think I might have, yeah, I did turn these off. This one's the only one that's on, and it is absolutely draining this lake. So we actually might just turn this entirely off. The fish population is not doing too hot, and neither is the water, so we also don't need that to be running, so it's not needed. Let's go and start a trade. Let's see if they have anything good for us. We've got some fuel. We're decent on fuel, and we're not even actively using fuel, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Planks, we really don't need much of. Iron, we don't need much of. We actually don't need anything here. Let's just so that way we get on better terms with them, we'll just give them a brick. And there we go. We are friendly with them now. All right. We've never actually traded with these guys. Let's take those steel beams. And plastics we could take, because we're not producing plastics yet. And we'll give them a few bricks, like maybe 200. Nope, that's not enough. 500. Ooh, that's just barely enough. These guys are pretty picky. Let's go 450, and we'll call that good. Yes. Ooh, they've got some electronics. I like that. 96. Anything else we particularly want? I guess we can take some fuel. Not that we need it, but it helps with, you know, storing stuff up. And we'll take the chemicals too, just so that we can have some chemicals. And probably close to 500. Ooh, actually, this is gonna be an expensive one. 700. Ooh, yikes. 800, 850. All right, that's pretty expensive. But we are producing a lot of bricks, so I guess that's fine. All right, so we did just get oil refinement. So we have the fuel refineries. Ooh, I don't think I'm going to build these just yet because we already have a lot of stuff needing steel. So we need 376 steel required for construction. So for right now, I am going to let some things just play out, and we will probably end up building them next episode. Also, it looks like we're missing a wind turbine here. So let's go ahead and place a new one. I don't know entirely what happened here. Oh, actually. Maybe I really done messed up. Because it just don't fit. It fits a little crooked. Guess we'll do that. It's not gonna look nice and neat. That's for sure. Alright. I think that's gonna do it for this episode though, so thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and this gas mine is almost out. If you guys enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, anything of the sort, please leave them in the comments down below. And as always, if you guys are brand new to the channel and you guys like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.